Hello, my name is Irum. I'm from Pakistan, now living in California, and I'm going to be sharing with you a recipe called stuffed tomatoes, which is my mother's favorite. We start with getting some vine tomatoes on the vine because they look beautiful when you bake them. So I'm going to begin with scooping and preparing the tomatoes. First, you would take the top off, the tomatoes top off. Then you very gently just sort of cut it so you can scoop the pulp out with a spoon into a bowl, which you will use later to make a sauce. So the pulp, saving the pulp is important. And then this is sort of how that looks. You just put the top back on, and you're gonna eventually stuff these tomatoes with the beef. So I'm done with chopping the onions and the tomatoes are ready, and we'll now move to the stove and make the ground beef and the sauce, and then we're going to stuff the tomatoes and bake them. The oil first, and then you wait for the cumin to crackle in order for it to, just I guess taste better. So I'm putting in, again, guesstimating about that would be about a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and I'm going to wait for them to crackle. Now the cumin seeds are crackling. I can hear a sound, so you can begin adding the onions, and you basically brown the onions before you add the beef. So I've cut one onion here, and I'm going to use about half of this, so it's a half an onion for a pound of beef. The onions are somewhat browned, and then you add the beef, cook the beef. So yeah, one other tip over here on cooking the beef is that when you're cooking the beef, before you add any spices to it, you should first kind of make sure it's brown, and so it's not red. Okay, so that is looking brown, and it's looking cooked, and it's giving off that little bit of liquid. So I would need to turn up the heat a little bit to have that liquid dry off, and then I can start adding the spices. So I actually don't add a lot of spices to this. That's sort of how I make my beef. First, there's going to be crushed garlic. It's about a tablespoon. I like more garlic in this especially, so I think tomatoes and garlic and beef are a good combination. So I add in about a tablespoon. And then I add in about a teaspoon of ginger into that. So this is crushed ginger as well. You cook the garlic and ginger properly, and then you add in about a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric. And I think I'm a little, so turmeric is supposed to be very, very good for you as well. It's got healing properties, but it's very strong in color, and it has a strong taste to me. So I just add in about a quarter of a teaspoon. Then I'm going to add in about maybe less than a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper or ground red pepper, and of course the salt, salt to taste. I would probably put in about, in this amount, a little over a teaspoon. So I put in the onion seeds, the cumin seeds, crackling. You can hear crackle sound. And now I add the 1 full onion into this and brown it. Put in a 1/4 teaspoon turmeric, some red pepper, teaspoon of garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of ginger paste, and then I just add the pulp of the tomato in. It takes a little bit of time for it to turn into a sauce, so I'll just kind of let it sit there for a little bit. So mango pickle is actually, yeah, I mean, it's pickled vegetables are very much a part of culture. So salt to taste. I think I've added a little bit more than the last time in this. That's looking good. It's looking good. Okay. Okay, so once the sauce is ready, we can move over to stuff the tomatoes. Okay, so now we're ready to stuff the tomatoes. As you can see, I've very neatly put the tops on, and so we put about, yeah, I guess a 1.5 tablespoons of beef into the tomato, and you put the top right back on. So I'm going to pour the sauce over the tomatoes, or in between the tomatoes, because it cooks in the sauce, or bakes in the sauce. I actually would like to, I prefer using a lid on it because it really kind of keeps it compact and makes the tomatoes, it cooks quicker and better, but we could also use a foil to cover it. And yeah. So I think that, yeah, at times it drips a little bit with the foil, so I would definitely advise you to use a lid, actually, because it steams up and then it kind of tends to drip and it makes all kinds of sounds in the oven. So we're ready to bake it for about 20 or 25 minutes. So here they are, your ripened tomato, stuffed tomatoes. Enjoy!